Hello, and welcome to the first episode of SMALLS Talk, a show about the happenings at Mr. Small's Theater, Funhouse, Cafe, and beyond. Today we are happy to have Pittsburgh power pop band Los Vampiros Amarillos in the studio to share some new music and stories with us, and we'll take a trip down to Attic Records right here in Millvale to see how this year's Record Store Day went. But first, let's take a look at the next 2 weeks of events here at Mr. Small's.
Friday, April 26, Opus One and Pittsburgh, present Parisian electronic duo Dirty Phonics in the theater with Moonboy and Pittsburgh Beatdown.
In the Funhouse on April 26th, we will be celebrating the release of Los Vampiros Amarillos' new album, Man the Manipulator, with Lo-Fi Delphi and the Beagle Brothers. Free download of the album upon entry. Also on April 26th, we are excited to announce that we are teaming up with the Pittsburgh Downtown Partnership for a second time to provide music for the night market. We are launching on the 26th for the Cultural Trust Gallery Crawl, and we will be providing music from Acoustic Cafe songwriters Jimbo Jackson, Isaac Mers, and Alexis Marie Thompson. Stop by before one of the shows.
And on Saturday, April 27th, Opus One and 91.3 WYEP present Eels with Inspector Clouseau in the theater.
In the Funhouse on April 27th, Twist of Fate Productions, The Crucible Project, and Mr. Smalls presents Reign of Z, Mirrors and Memoirs CD release show with Winter's Descent, Arcane Haven, and Oceans to Ash. The show is sold out, but The Crucible Project is running a contest on their Facebook page for last 2 tickets. If you want to head over there, you might have a chance to get them.
Next week, Monday, April 29th, Opus One and Iron City Rocks presents Andy Black with The Fame and Kulig in the Mr. Smalls Theater. Every pair of tickets for this show includes a CD copy of Andy Black's new album. Following that show, Tuesday, April 30th, Opus One and 91.3 WYEP present Sunvolt with Ian No in the Mr. Smalls Theater.
In the Funhouse on April 30th, Mr. Smalls presents Atsuko Chiba touring in support of their new album Trace, with special guests Kai Boss and Anton Ego. On Wednesday, May 1st, Opus One and 91.3 WYEP present Rhett Miller of the Old 97 performing Acoustic, with special guest Anthony Kubel in the Funhouse. Thursday, May 2nd, Mr. Smalls presents We Are the Weirdos, live stories told by women in the Funhouse. This is a live, open mic style storytelling series focused on giving women identifying humans a platform to speak about their experiences. This is an awesome event, the 3rd time we've hosted it in the Funhouse. I'm really excited for it to be here again.
Friday, May 3rd, Mr. Smalls presents the Electro Belly Show and Dance Party in the Funhouse featuring the Electro Belly Dance Troupe, Electric Mirage Belly Dance, Beatboxing by Villain, and Break Dance by B-Boys Greg and DJ K. Don't miss that, folks. Saturday, May 4th, may the 4th be with us all. We have a very special event, a Jeremy Kaywood special. Jeremy Kaywood is a longtime member of the Mr. Smalls family as well as the local Pittsburgh music community, and we're going to be celebrating his 30th birthday with performances from Dixie Duncan, Keith Kenny, Kelly Zulo, Alexis M. Thompson, Zach Weiss, and more.
Saturday, May 4th and Sunday, May 5th, Mr. Smalls presents the Bach Choir of Pittsburgh performing music with the Beatles. This is going to be a great event. If you remember last year, we had the Mendelssohn Choir in the theater performing the music of Bob Dylan. It's really amazing to hear these classic rock songs performed in a brand new context. Definitely recommend going. Sunday, May 5th, Mr. Smalls presents No Wave Legends, the Flying Lutenbachers with Bear Skull and Night Vapor in the Funhouse. The band just released their first new music in 11 years and are out on tour for the first time since disbanding in 2007.
Tuesday, May 7th and Wednesday, May 8th, Opus One and 91.3 WYEP present 2 nights of the Mountain Goats with special guest Shanna Cleveland. I hear they're playing 2 different sets both nights, so maybe think about getting tickets to both, folks. It'll be an awesome doubleheader.
And Wednesday, May 8th, Mr. Smalls presents Big Atlantic and Horace Mays in the Funhouse. So that covers the next 2 weeks of shows. As always, Acoustic Cafe Open Mic happens every Monday in the Funhouse at Mr. Smalls. Sign-ups start at 6 p.m., music starts at 7 p.m.
And Mr. Smalls Cafe is open every day of a theater show, 2 to 7 p.m., and first and third Sundays of the month for Cafe Sunday Fun Day. And remember, if you want to keep away from the online fees, visit us at our box office Monday through Friday, noon to 5 at 415 Evergreen Ave.
Friday Fred Bond. We're at the Attic Record Store at 513 Grant Avenue in Millvale, right outside of downtown Pittsburgh. We buy, sell, and trade new and used records and CDs, all years, all types. We opened in 1980, and we were at another location about a mile up the street for a couple months whenever we first opened. But since that, in the same year, 1980, we moved down here and started with one storefront, and then over the years we've expanded into 4 storefronts. We've done Record Store Day since the first. We've always carried a lot of product. Before they changed the rules, we used to do midnight sales. We opened at midnight on Record Store Day, but now we're not allowed to do that anymore. All the stores have to open at 8 a.m. People start lining up the day before. Yep. Yeah, by the time we open, there's usually a couple hundred people in line. Over the years, it's gotten bigger and bigger. Of course, there's a lot of people that you only see that day, but then there's people that come all the time and they still show up. So you get a wide diversity of people, but it's good advertisement for the store because it gets people in the store that haven't been here before. It's one of them things where you have to ask why you do it. You wouldn't understand.
I've been coming to this for like 8 years or so now.
Okay. Is there any reason why you do it every year?
To get these great records you can't get anywhere else other than eBay, and then they're going to cost 3 or 4 times as much to support the local record store.
Yeah, because it's Freddie and the guys that run the Attic are really good people, and you feel better about supporting them than some of the others, which are kind of jaded, but can't lie, can't fib on that one.
All in all, Record Store Day isn't a huge profit maker for us, but it's a fun day. We spend a lot of money. Most of our customers get what they want, and usually everybody's happy, and it's a good time for everybody.
Hello. You're watching SMALLS Talk. My name is Ricky Petticourt, and today I'm here with Jesse, Kevin, and Ben.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got it.
Of Los Vampiros Amarillos. Is that correct?
Los Vampiros Amarillos.
Okay.
But yes, that's in the...
All right.
Or LVA.
How are you guys doing?
We're good, man.
Yeah.
Great.
Good. Cool.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in. This is our inaugural episode of SMALLS Talk. It's a
Awesome.
podcast, kind of live video thing we're doing. So
This is really
glad
cool.
to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sweet. So if you could give the viewers and listeners a little rundown of what each of you contribute to the band, who you are.
Yeah. I'm guitar, vocals, drums, and backing vocals.
I contribute to bass, guitar.
Sweet.
And vocals. And
I have one vote. I have one line. One word, actually.
on this show. But yeah.
So you've been described as blending power pop with garage and pop music, that sort of thing. What are some of your influences on the upcoming album? Kind of what tied that all together to form this album?
The Cozy, that was a huge influence in recording of this album. Guided by Voices.
Yeah.
Jesse and Kevin were my influence on this album. I'm not joking. That's
that's nice.
That's really how my
Love it.
bass line
I'm
came
not
from.
supposed to cry.
I'm completely serious because I can't identify a specific band that influenced me on this album besides you guys.
Yeah, appreciate that.
man.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Well, we stole from other bands, so you should probably get them. No, the Posies, we were lucky enough to play a gig with them. We opened for them on their tour last year, I had been listening to them so much that kind of that production of their albums kind of I think led in.
Sweet. So it's my understanding you used to be called the Me Too's, right? So
Yeah.
that was your first show, first album under the new name?
Yeah.
Yep, cool.
Yeah.
So how did that come about? What was the reason for change?
I mean, so we had been a band under the Me Too's 2008, but then like during the whole Me Too era, it just wasn't fitting anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
For 3 days, Me Too.
Well, in fact, that show we played with the Posies.
It was the last show that we played as Me Too.
No. Well, we played through the summer, but what happened was Ken Stringfellow. This was a club cafe, and I was kind of standing left of the stage, and Ken was thanking Opus One, and he's like, I'd like to thank the Me Too's, and he and I kind of made eye contact, and he gave a knowing smile and said, the most politically correct name band in the world. And later in the show, I told Jesse, I'm like, we might want to consider a change in the future.
It wasn't appropriate anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it just made sense.
Yeah.
Especially if you were going to be recording a new album, it made sense timing-wise.
For national acts too, I think we were a bit concerned if someone was coming in from out of town and they just saw the Me Too's and 3 guys. Because when we told people local why we changed the name, we got 2 reactions. One was, well, yeah, of course, and then most of our friends who are in local bands were like, oh my God, we never even thought of that. But it's like, well, because you know us, we're not dicks, like we're not, like we're not. And a lot of, by the way, like artistically, what we've been doing with the new album. It's just kind of nice to have a clean palette because it's a different style of music.
And I think too that the Me Too's had 7 drummers in total.
I'm the 7th drummer of the band.
And I feel like we really solidified our sound with Kevin, and changing the band name really allowed us to have that clean slate that you guys said. That allowed us to really become around. Yeah. So
awesome. Where did the name come from?
It's the name of a band that my father-in-law was in the mid-'60s in Mexico. My wife's from Mexico, and my father-in-law, like any teenager growing up in the 60s, he was in love with the Beatles, the Stones, the Who, the Kinks, the Animals. The only problem with being a fan of those bands growing up as a teenager in Mexico City is that they didn't often play Latin America. The Stones might have come through Mexico City, but like in the mid-'70s, they didn't play them. So it was very popular around that time for each neighborhood to kind of have their band. So like your Pittsburgh equivalent would be like Millvale would have their rock band, their band that would play the Tamala Motown hits of the day and stuff like that. And those were the bands that would play the dance halls, the parties and everything. And they were just playing like top 40 hits. But you can imagine in 65, like the top 40 hits are like classic songs. So he was a guitar player and a singer called, I'm going to mispronounce this, I always do, El Vampiro Naranja, which is the orange vampire. Fast forward years later, and my wife was telling me this story, and she misremembered the name. She's like, I think it's Los Vampiros Amarillos, and I was like, the yellow vampire. She's like, yeah. I'm like, that's a killer. Well, in reality, I was like, what does that mean? And she told me, I was like, that's a killer band name, and it just was. It was
and
something.
Then he brought it up as like maybe doing a side project.
Yeah, we considered that
years prior.
Well, it just never happened. And then cut to when we decided to change the name, I said, well, how about this? And it was like, it literally...
I came up with 2 or 3 that were not great.
Yeah.
Los Vampiros Amarillos, like, we can almost get away with anything artistically.
Right.
And we were writing such a different style of music from when I joined the Me Too's in 2014.
Yeah.
So yeah, it came from my father-in-law playing in a cover band in the mid-'60s in Mexico.
Yeah, awesome. It's a great name. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks cool on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
He's coming, in fact, he's coming to the show.
Oh, nice.
For the album release.
That's
And
awesome.
he's like, save me a t-shirt. So he'll be there.
That's awesome.
The guy who thought of the name will be at the show in
Good.
his Los Vampiros Amarillos t-shirt.
Cool. How did you come together to form the band? You said that you joined in 2014.
Yeah,
so
so Ben and I...
met on Craigslist.
Craigslist, yeah. The Craigslist. I need a bass player ad that he answered. And then he came over and I think he played in my garage. And
No, it was...
It was like a basement?
It was,
we were in... No, it wasn't in
your wife's garage.
It was our grandma's house. We were living in our grandma's house at the time.
Yeah.
And he came over and I was like, yeah, that works. And then we had, a cycle of drummers. And then
Spinal Tap.
Yeah. And then the drummer that we had for like an extended period of time, he moved for his degree. And then so we were drummerless for a minute. And then we picked up Kevin. One of my wife's friend's somehow used Kevin and gave me a cell phone number, and I just texted him, hey, I heard you were a drummer, do you want to be in a band? And I got like a text message back like 15 minutes later, sure, okay, fine. That's great.
So after the formation, what was your experience starting out with this project?
Yeah, I mean, we
I
played.
assume you've all been in bands before this, but
Yeah, I mean, I was in bands in high school, and then I was in a couple bands in Pittsburgh before we started this. But, I mean, this iteration was from 2014, but Ben and I have been together
2008.
since 2008.
Yeah, I was in one band in college, the Los Vampiros Amarillos.
Yeah, we wrote a song.
Yeah, and
I was never really in bands that much. I've been playing drums off and on, and then I started playing a lot, like, what is it, 2019, so like 15 years ago, and I lived in Oakland at the time, and a buddy of mine came home, and he's like, you're getting good at drums, and so-and-so needs a drummer, so you're going to be his drummer. Okay, great. And then, then for the next X amount of years, I was in a series of bands that, you play like 2 gigs at Garfield Artworks, and then someone would show up for practice, and that was it, and then like for a while, I was playing in a pretty good band, and then that folded, and I was actually in the previous version of Steel-esque right around the same time you guys messaged me. So I was playing drums in both bands for a while.
do you have any advice for new groups starting out that are trying to cut their teeth in the city now?
It's really odd. We hear that story, like bands don't talk to each other at gigs, and they're like playing the same show, but they kind of like keep to them, and that's.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense, especially in a city that where like most of us are just professional weekend warriors, really.
Yeah.
Like, we all have proper jobs, but we're a good band and we want to play with other good bands, and so it's kind of fun. It's like a weird non-pressure situation. If you see a band you like, go talk to them.
Yeah. A lot of great bands in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Like this month has been insane with how many great shows have been playing.
So a show you should go see is April 26th, your release show in the Funhouse.
At the
So
Funhouse.
I'm assuming you guys are excited.
Yeah, it's
it's like
great.
we were talking. It's been a long time coming for this album. You said it's what, a year and a half ago you started.
Solid year. Like we took a break right as my son was born because he actually showed up the day that we were supposed to release a new single.
We
and
recorded a whole album in 2017, and then we recorded we did a 7-inch split single release with a band called the Spectres. And then on the release show, that's when his son was born.
Yeah.
So we ended up not, we didn't play that show.
Right.
obviously.
Yeah.
But at that point, the songs were like pretty well written, probably a year and a half ago, and then restructured over the last 8 months.
It was like 3 or 4 months after he was born, we started like seriously thinking about.
Yeah, because I popped into his house and played him some of the songs that I had been working on, and
just to work out backing vocals and such.
Yeah. And then I demoed them and we put them all together.
So you self-recorded the record.
Most
Cool.
of the songs get reworked in the studio.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So what made you decide to have your release party in the Funhouse? Is there anything?
It's a great band.
It's a great. It's a really cool thing.
I've seen a bunch of good shows there, and we played there, and it's just like it's the fun house. It's and I'm biased because Denny's an amazing sound guy.
It
and
sounds great there. It
it's-
looks really good.
The atmosphere is awesome because it can cater to like super live, super loud shows or like really intimate acoustic shows. And,
Definitely.
And yeah, I mean it's just a great room to play, and it's a great venue to play. And, and we wanted to like kind of make it an event as it were.
Awesome.
Really good.
Yeah, we're glad to have you guys.
Yeah.
Definitely. So today you're playing some songs for us. I Don't Mind, Injury is Likely, and Hey Man. Can you tell me a little bit about them?
Yeah, sure.
If you want to.
Yeah, I mean, I Don't Mind is sort of a, it's like sort of a love song, but it's also a little bit not.
I think I Don't Mind signifies our new sound the most.
Yeah.
I think
Big hooks and
I think it's something that we've never done before in terms of the Me Too's have never done before in that arrangement.
I don't mind being with you. I don't mind being with you. like a waste of my time. Oh, I don't mind wasting with you.
It's mostly about taking chances.
It's also about me getting my finger crushed at a Guided by Voices game, which I was happy to do because it was such a good show. But
and me teasing him about it.
Yeah, because we had a very important rehearsal about a week later, and I literally could not close my hand around a stick because this finger was just shot. So we had to take a week off while I healed up. But it was well worth it because I got to meet all the guys in Guided by Voices for the third or fourth time. I've seen them 10 times, but yeah, it screwed us in the end because I missed a rehearsal.
Showing it, you're fine. And we were perfectly
Hey man, that pit is fun, but it gets rough in there.
Yeah.
All the best times in my life, all the injury is likely, and I am very likely to avoid those. What's your potential? Where are you going? What's your potential? Where are you going? What are you thinking and what are you showing now?
hanging out with people that you might be a little bit bored with, but being okay with it.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hey man, don't you come around me, don't you come around me, don't you come around me. Hey man, don't you understand me, don't you understand me, don't you understand me. Hey man, well I can break it now, I can break it now, I can take it. Hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man. Hanging around, hanging around, hanging around, got nothing on you. Shake it, we can shake it, we can shake it. Hang around, hang around, hang around, got nothing on you.
All right. So after this release, what's next? What's the next move for the band?
There's a band called the 4019s that are coming in from California, I think, or something.
I think they were all from here, I think,
And
then they moved to
California.
California. So we have that show coming up at Club Cafe.
May 24th.
May 24th.
And if we're wrong, we're sorry, but yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be a really cool show.
That's a really great. That's gonna be a really good show. And then we're taking June kind of off because we're traveling and such. And then we don't know. We'll see if we play Deutschtown. We'll play Deutschtown, and then in August and September we have September, and October. We have gigs planned. They're all still kind of being sussed out, but it's with a lot of really great bands and a couple bands that we've been really longing to play shows with for a while.
Well, I think that just about covers it.
Yeah, cool.
Well, yeah, I'm excited to hear this new set on the 26th. Yeah.
Thanks
for coming in, guys.
Thank you for having us, man.
Yeah, for sure. Cool.